While it's been shrouded in secrecy for several weeks, we've often wondered as to who and what Zamasu truly is as a character, where does he rank in terms of power, and more importantly, what connections does Zamasu have in relation to Black Goku. Of course, as the old saying goes, desperate times go for desperate measure. We see Beerus, Whis, and Goku embark on a journey to go to Universe 10 in order to find answers, and on this week's episode, guys, we draw ever so closer as to finding out who and what Black Goku truly is, and the representation as to why he hates humanity. Welcome, Dragon Ball Super fans, to my official Dragon Ball Super episode 52 breakdown and review entitled Master and Pupil Reunion, Son Gohan and Future Trunks, leading into the next exciting episode of Dragon Ball Super episode 53, in which case there will not be an episode next week. In case you guys are wondering, Dragon Ball Super will actually resume July 30th/31st, but next week there will not be any episode. But needless to say, in what was a very intriguing and yet shocking episode, as Goku finally encounters Zamasu, Beerus and Whis looking into trying to figure out who, or more importantly, what Black's ki felt similar to, in which case they traveled out to Universe 10 to interrogate the one known as Zamasu. Now, again, everybody, please be warned that this video will contain loads and loads of spoilers. A fair warning, so if you guys don't want anything spoiled for you, simply fast forward the video, go watch the episode, come back so we can talk more Dragon Ball Super down in the comments. Please don't also cry in the comments about being spoiled by the thumbnail or any of that, because nothing is being said or shown that you guys don't already know. And once again, quick plugs before we begin. If you guys are new to this channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button for all the latest in Dragon Ball news, updates, What If Battles, Xenoverse 2, and much more content, guys. Daily uploads and daily videos for you guys to watch and enjoy. So I thank you all so very much for supporting the channel greatly, as I always do. Be sure to spread the word about Unreal ENT Gaming. Be sure to also check out the description down below for lots of goodies and updates and contact information to where we can interact for more Dragon Ball Super content. And of course, with that being said, the translations to this episode, in case you guys are wondering how I was able to pick up on the dialogue prior to the subs coming out, was translated by none other than Herms98 on Twitter. As always, he is the first person to provide us with the translations first, so thank you so much, sir, for that. The subs will be out tomorrow morning, so I really hope you guys go ahead and enjoy. Lots of lore building here, lots of things to talk about. Now, again, everybody, this was the episode that we were all waiting for. Now, everyone often wants to, kind of crap on Gohan for being significantly weaker than how he was depicted in Dragon Ball Z when he fought Cell, when he fought Super Buu, and we get to see the shadows of the former Gohan in this particular episode. We get to see Trunks' reaction when he first comes across Gohan after many years, and my favorite reaction was when he saw the supposed Great Saiyaman, in which we haven't seen in such a long time. But in this particular episode, it highlights Gohan's downfall and ultimately how weak he's become over the years, and it was actually quite sad to see. But we kicked the episode off with Bulma trying to fix the time machine, which she's using her future Bulma notes in order to do so, because keep in mind, again, she doesn't really have an understanding as to how the time machine operates. We get to see Pilaf and the gang assist Bulma in helping out to rebuild the time machine. They cleaned it up very good. I don't know if anyone else pointed that out, but the time machine looks very clean, and we get to see little Trunks. He's trying to make a move on Little Mai, but strangely enough, like, Little Mai has like this thing for Future Trunks, which is really weird. But then we pan on over to Beerus and Whis was actually recapping the battle between Black and Goku, and he was pretty much being like the investigator. He was analyzing stuff. He was trying to point out like who exactly Black was in terms of his ki and stuff like that. So towards the very end, we get to see them leave, but during the middle portion of this episode, we get to see Trunks interact with Gohan. So let me just go on my little quick rant real fast. Alright, so Gohan offered Future Trunks ice cream, and the whole time he was sitting with him, he was talking about ice cream. He was talking about how the locals have great ice cream. Meanwhile, Future Trunks is like wondering to himself, he's like, what the hell happened to this man? This cannot be the same person that was fighting Cell back a couple of years ago. So now that we have that cleared out the way, we get to see Gohan. He's more concerned with ice cream more than anything else, and he's pretty much talking to Trunks about, his family and how he's a scholar now. And mind you, Gohan lives in a really banging ass house. He lives in an amazing ass fucking mansion with Hercule, with Videl, with Pan, and throughout everything, Trunks is wondering why he's just sitting around, playing with babies and watching, Mr. Satan's stupid home movie collection, when in fact he can be in the future preventing Black from killing off more people. So this actually really irritated me, because again, this is further indication that Gohan will not have a role in this particular arc. If anything, I will give Gohan one more chance during the Omni tournament. If not, I think Gohan was reduced to nothing more than a side character throughout this entire series. Thus far, Dragon Ball Super has been out for just about a year now, and to see Gohan and to see what he's become is very sad. And we get to see Videl pretty much talk to Trunks, and she said, why did Trunks come here from the time machine anyway? And Gohan said, oh crap, I forgot to ask. So Gohan forgot to even ask why Trunks was there in the first place. So that really irritated me, because Gohan was more concerned about ice ice cream and about showing off, like, you know, his family and stuff, which, I mean, again, there's nothing really wrong with that, but the fact that, you know, he didn't really ask Trunks what he was doing there, you know, or what the purpose was. But we see Gohan go all full-blown Saiyaman stuff, going after Pan because Pan was wreaking havoc all over the house, which, again, I will say, it was really funny to see Pan interact with Trunks because she tried to get his sword away from him, and she was, like, playing tug-of-war with him, like, she was legitimately trying to pull away Trunks' sword, and Gohan caught her, like, you know, right in the middle of the act, and he was like, Pan, you have to stop, and that's why he tells Trunks to have to be strict with her, because she's known for, like, just damaging stuff, and she's known for being a little wild baby. So we get to see, you know, Trunks talk to Gohan, and he remembers, you know, how Gohan once stood up for him, especially during the Android saga when, you know, Gohan became a Super Saiyan and knocked him out, and then having to realize that his master had died, the only friend that he had during that time, you know, it really broke him. And Gohan's right now, current Gohan, is in another academic conference, and Trunks goes off to thank Gohan about, you know, all of the alternate history and stuff. He was pretty much telling him about, you know, how special it meant to him and whatnot. So Piccolo and Krillin, we get to see shoveling dirt all around the premises where Goku and Black did damage, which again, I found very disrespectful for Piccolo, because why is Piccolo shoveling dirt? Why isn't Piccolo training to help, you know, fight the cause and trying to defeat Black is beyond me. I mean, even if Piccolo is outclassed, don't you guys think he can still do something to help? I mean, he was outclassed against Cell, but he still did something to help, you know? So we pan back over to Future Trunks. Future Trunks is having a nightmare. He's thinking about when Black was there and he destroyed his city, he destroyed Mai, and he wakes up, he grabs his sword, almost as if like he imagined that Black was right in front of him, he was gonna take someone's head off, and the poor guy has gone through a lot. Every single time he was flying throughout the city, all he can pretty much imagine was death and destruction. Meanwhile, Goku, Beerus, and Whis had very little timing in this episode, but towards the end, we see how Goku and Whis and Beerus were traveling out to Universe 10, and Goku has gone off to Universe 10 with Beerus and Whis to find someone with a very similar key to Black, and the apprentice known as Zamasu debuts, and he does serve tea at the very end, but what is his purpose? We don't really know. We do understand that he is somewhat of an apprentice, and in next week's episode it says, in 2 weeks, Black reveals true identity. Now off to the Kaioshin realm of Universe 10. It seems like Zamasu has some sort of a gifted standard when it comes to fighting, as opposed to, you know, any other Kai. In Kaioshin standards, we get to see Zamasu throw down with Goku, and he was actually holding his own. If you guys pay attention and you saw the way he was combating Super Saiyan 2 Goku, he was actually holding his own, and it's very surprising because I personally can't recap any other Kai or any other person that was able to stand up to Super Saiyan 2 Goku, at least, you know, somewhat of Kaioshin descent. We've never seen Supreme Kai fight Goku. Even if he did, we do know the outcome of that. So right now, as of right now, it just seems as if Zamasu is ahead of any other Kaioshin when it comes to fighting. So he does give Goku a definite run for his money, and we see Beerus and Whis analyzing the entire thing, and it almost seems, during the preview, it almost seems as if Goku had done something to pretty much reveal Zamasu's ki just a little bit, because we get to see Beerus and Whis pretty much open up their eyes a little bit, so we don't really know if Zamasu indeed has somewhat of a connection to Black or not. Towards the very end, towards the preview, of course, we get to see Zamasu emerge from this giant like house alongside another person who looks like a Kaioshin with him, so we do have an understanding that, you know, Zamasu is somewhat of an apprentice Kaioshin. To who, we don't really know. My little question to you guys is, do you believe Zamasu is the apprentice of Black? Because that would be really wacky. Like, don't you guys think? Like, can you imagine if Black was, you know, Zamasu's master? Like, that would be even more crazy. I mean, this actually reminds me of Star Wars with Palpatine and, you know, Anakin when Anakin first joined the dark side and stuff. So pretty crazy stuff going on here. I still have a feeling that Zamasu does have somewhat of a connection to Black. I don't believe that this dude is a saint. Just by the way he's fighting Goku, it almost seems as if he's doing it with ease. So it actually concerns me to see that. But needless to say, guys, having to judge this episode entirely, this was more of a sort of like a touching moment between Gohan and Trunks. Trunks was confused the entire time, judging based on how he looked at Gohan, judging based on how he spoke to Gohan. He was really confused, and, you know, he was kind of wondering to himself, like, what the heck is going on? Like, why are you this way? Why are you a scholar? Why aren't you, you know, prepping yourself for the inevitable? And Gohan says that, you know, he tries to be more strict and that he can't bring himself, you know, back into that world because he has a lot going on, having to be a scholar, having to do so much with his life. You know, like, Gohan does have a lot going on, which kind of like allows me to give up on the fact that I believe that Gohan will ever make a comeback. Maybe towards like the next arc, but then again, we've been waiting about 3 to 4 arcs right now, so I don't think Gohan is going to be relevant ever again. And we get to see Vegeta in the gravity room. Like, that was really cool because Vegeta has more motivation now to go ahead and train than ever before. Why? Because having to recap and having to look back on what Black did to his family in the future, he pretty much hurt his son, he pretty much, you know, killed off his wife, he destroyed his city. So Vegeta now has more motivation, more than ever, to go ahead and train and get stronger, because I do have that small feeling that Vegeta is going to have a huge role going up against Black. Maybe at some given point we'll get to see Black versus Vegeta. I'm pretty sure we're going to have Goku versus Black once again, but even after that happens, I don't think that Vegeta is going to sideline himself. I do think that Vegeta is going to go ahead and compete against Black, but then again, you have to ask yourself, how much can the gravity room help Vegeta, given the circumstance that he's been training with the gods? You can only assume that the gravity room can only do so much in terms of prepping Vegeta, or at least getting him stronger, because while he was in there, he was destroying everything. So I do have hope for Vegeta here. Some of you guys may differ. Some of you guys may say, well, Vegeta's just going to get beat up again. Even if that's the case, even if Vegeta does lose, I do think that he has more of a reason than Goku, at least, to combat against Black, because remember, like, his woman got killed, his son was being tortured and hunted like some sort of animal. So Vegeta does have more of a reason to fight Black than Goku. Obviously, this is all Goku's story in a way. This is all through Goku's perception. Dragon Ball was always based off of Goku's story in a way, so I don't think that Vegeta will have the glory towards the end of this arc. Even if he does, that'll come as a huge surprise. But what are your overall thoughts as to Zamasu being an apprentice? What are your overall thoughts on Vegeta training again? What are your overall thoughts on Trunks and Gohan? Do you guys give up on Gohan? Comment down below and let me know. Do you guys still have faith in restoring Gohan the way he was, or at least getting him back on track? Or do you guys think that Gohan is finished, done, there is nothing left of him in the series anymore? Comment down below and let me know. I still have somewhat faith in the guy. I mean, I'm not going to give up completely on him. I think that if Black were to come by and do something to his family, Gohan would definitely erupt in rage. But I think that there is more to Gohan than we think. Maybe like there's a foreshadowing leading into like the next arc, or possibly in some of the future episodes. But comment down below and let me know what you guys think. Thank you all for watching. Once again, if you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Don't forget to leave a like, rating, all that good shit down below, guys. Punch that like button square in the face if you guys are stoked for Dragon Ball Super episode 53. So much to come. I cannot wait to see the way Zamasu is going to operate, because he does look like he's not a dumb fighter. He does look like he can hold his own. Then again, I could be wrong, but he is labeled as somewhat of an apprentice, but to an apprentice to who? Who is his master? Who is above Zamasu? Comment down below and let me know, guys. Once again, thank you all for watching. Tune in for the prediction video, and I'll be seeing you all down in the comments, where we're all going to be arguing, talking, and debating Dragon Ball Super. Again, God bless you all, and I'll be seeing you all later. Take it easy, guys. Peace!